Happy Monday everybody, my name's Amanda, I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I do a weekly series called Mix It Up Monday. Sometimes that means it's got a mixed media feel, and sometimes it means that I've used quite a few different stamp sets to get the look that I'm after. So today's card is going to start at 11.5 by 4, scored in the middle at 5 3/4 inches. If you need other measurements, just go. Honestly, there's loads of conversion charts, or if you just Google it. Takes me long enough to remember them measurements. And then my next matting layer is 1/4 inch shorter. So that's 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to add that on right away. Oops. I'm using fast fuse because it's card to card. I'm going to add that on right away. It's Bank Holiday Monday here in England today, so I'm up super early getting my work done because it's family day, we're going out. The next layer, this is Sweet Sugar Plum and Very Vanilla. The next layer is another 3/4 inch shorter, so that makes that 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. I'll put the measurements on my blog. Oh dear. I'm hoping the weather warms up slightly. It is quite early. It seems quite nice outside, but it's a little bit overcast, so I'm hoping it doesn't rain. Traditional bank holiday weather in England is rain. Don't know about the rest of the world, but we normally get rain. Right, so that's my card base ready. Okay, now I'm going to start and make the front. Now, I'm using Sahara sand, and I'm cutting into this large piece because it's the only piece I've got left. And I'm using the, what's it called? Oh God, what's it called? Hardwood. I forgot its name then. Hardwood stamp. It's awesome. It's a large one, so you do need the larger block, and this is block F. It's not quite straight on my block. Mind you, it doesn't matter because I'm going to cut it out anyway. And I'm going to use Sahara sand. And I'm going ink pad to stamp, because it's a large stamp, it's just easier. And I'm going to put loads on. I'm not bothered if it doesn't stamp correctly because I'm after kind of a faded shabby cut kind of look anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it's not perfect. Okay, and then I'm just going to stamp that on my card. I'm going to cut it out. Doesn't matter if it's not straight because I'm probably not going to use the whole part of the stamp anyway. I'll just give that a rub because it is a large stamp. It might need a little bit of encouragement. As I say, if it doesn't completely stamp out, oh it has, it's stamped out lovely. It didn't matter for my design, and now I'm just going to cut it out. It's not straight, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be ripping the edges anyway. Okay, so Sahara sand card and Sahara sand ink. Just cut that out. Now I want this to layer on here. It's obviously far too big. I want like a ripped kind of look. I'm just going to rip it until I get the size that I want. Dogs are barking again. On the boundaries of my garden is a field, and then the next nearest neighbours have chickens, lots and lots of chickens on their property. So my dogs just permanently stand all day long barking at chickens. That's all they do, that is their life. Oh dear me. I don't know. They do make me laugh. Right, so let me have a look. That wants to come down a bit more. Am I happy with that? Yeah, a bit more there. Want a bit more of a pinky border around my wood. I'll take some of that off. So look, that'll do for me. Right, I'm going to glue that on, I think. Yep, glue that on with some Tumbo. I'm not going all the way to the edges because I don't want it to stick all the way to the edges. And I'm just sticking it on really roughly. Okay, well, I'll just let that dry. I'm just going to start and do my sentiment. And I am using today this stamp set, which is Layering Love. I'm going to be doing another card with this today for later on in the week. It's a lovely stamp set. I absolutely love it. I've already got it mounted. Here it is. And I'm going to stamp it in Sweet Sugar Plum. Don't know what I'm going to do when they ever retire this colour. I'm going to be very sad because it is one of my favourites, although they're all my favourites, so I'm not very loyal to the colours. I love them all. I just stamp that there. That's nice. Oh, it's not very straight. Let me do it again. That's not very straight, Amanda. Blimey. Let's have another go. I do want this one kind of straight. Let's have another go. I might be going by the sticker and the sticker might not be on straight. That's the only thing. You've got to be careful how you put your stickers on. If that one's not straight, we'll cut it. Oh, that's straight. That's alright. So I'm just going to cut that out. Just going to cut it by eye. So I'm just going to trim it down a bit, so I don't want it over large. Can we trim that down there? That'll do. It's alright for me, is that? I'm just going to make sure that ink's dry. And then this card's quite stiff, so I just want to break up the fibres a bit, because I'm going to have it not flat on my card. Have I smudged it? I have smudged it. It doesn't matter, you know, actually, that adds to the look. I'm just going to use my Sahara sand, and I'm just going to very gently ink the edges. I'm trying to be quick because I know that this card's quite a long card, but it's really, really pretty card. It has smudged a bit as that, but do you know what? It doesn't matter. It gives it like a vintagey look, like a vintage sign. Right. Okay, so that's my sentiment ready. Let me move Sahara sand. I think we're done with Sahara sand now. I've got this doily here. I'm going to stick on. I'm going to... I don't want all of it on, I don't think. I'm going to cut some of it off. Like that. Right, so I'll just cut that bit there and that bit there. Just trim it a bit more. So I'm going to have some flowers in this bottom corner, so it's going to go over the... That's how I want it, like that. Let's move that, okay. I'm going to use some Tombow, and I'm going to use a sponge. I'm not going to get all messy. I'm going to be good, and I'm going to use a sponge. So, dab the glue on there with my sponge. Is that sticky enough? Yep. And then we're going to stick that on there, like so. Okay, there we go. Right, so my next step is to add this. Let me see. I'm going to trim that a bit more. I think that looks a little bit overbearing. My sample was slightly larger. I've cut my card base to what is kind of typically an average size. So it means that my design doesn't fit now. Not to worry. We'll just change it up a bit. There we go. That's fine. Now I'm going to add my sentiment. I'm going to add fast fuse there and fast fuse there. I'm putting it at an angle, and I'm going to kind of bend it. So it's not laying flat. It's bent. And it's kind of raised in the centre. It's a bit smushed and a bit creasy, And then I'm just going to fold them corners over. There we go. And that one there. Just fold it over. Like that. Okay, let's get rid of this junk. And then I'm going to, just before I start, I'm coming in with a little bit of contraband. I'll hide the name of it. It's just white paint. I'll hide the name. Gesso or any other kind of white paint will do. Unfortunately, Stampin' Up don't do paint. So I'm just going to dab that off. And I'm just going to dab it on the edges of this paper here to give kind of a bit of a shabby look is what I'm after. So you can dab it on. And then you can smush it about. I'm concentrating now. If I go quiet, I'm either asleep or I'm concentrating. Okay. A bit of white in this corner here. So dab it on and then dab it off. I know it sounds daft, but it works. And it'll give you like a chalky paint sort of effect. I'm just going to lift that up, that corner up, and put a bit under there. Give that a bit of a crease over so it looks a little bit tattered. Let's have a look. There we go, I'm happy with that. Right, let's move this messy mat. And now what I've got is I have pre-cut some paper flowers. Just get myself organised. And I'll show you what I've done. I have used the Blossom Bunch Punch, which is this one, which was still available, and obviously I'm also using the Grateful Bunch. I've showed it last week. I made a box. It's still available and it's a lovely, lovely, lovely set. So, what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to ink these flowers slightly and then shape them. And then I'm going to put them all together on here. And what I've also done is I have stamped and fussy cut the butterfly from the Grateful Bunch set as well. I would normally use my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful butterfly punch, but Stampin' Up have taken it off of us. I'm absolutely distraught. So I've got to think of other ways of demonstrating butterflies. I want my glue dot. I loved them butterflies as well. I'm a bit disappointed. Never mind. Right, glue dot on this butterfly. This is when the card starts to come together now, because you've got that shabby painted background. Now we're going to add some colour. Am I even in shot? So I'm going to add a butterfly here. Get on. I don't want to stick. Might be because that paint's a bit wet. Or it might be because the glue dot's on my finger and not on the butterfly. These things are sent to tryers. Whenever I try and do something quickly, it just takes longer. Right, so we've got a little butterfly there. I think I did do another one. So I'll just curl his wings slightly. I've just fussy cut it. You know, there's plenty of other butterflies in the current catalogue to get by. We'll manage without papillon potpourri. We'll have to, won't we? Took it off us. Right, so I'm going to add another one down here in the bottom, like so. It's a bit of a more complicated, more in-depth kind of card. I don't want to stick. Where's that glue dot gone? It's there. They keep sticking to my fingers. Get on. Bit more of an in-depth card with a bit more decoration. Every now and again I just think it's nice to have a right good play with your stuff. Right, so we've got these ferns and green leaves, and this is from Botanical Builders, which is a beautiful die set, which again they've taken away. I feel like a naughty kid. I've had my favourite things took off me. So I'm just using the leaves for that. I'm just giving them a bit of a rough up to give them a bit of, if you just look, it just gives them a bit of a shape. You can curl your leaves the same as your flowers. Now the flowers, I'll just do it really quickly. Just giving them a bit of shape. If you've got a ball tool, brilliant. If you haven't, use the end of your pokey tool. I think I need 3 of those. I'm doing it as fast as I can. Speed flower making. Could be a bit like speed dating, but you make flowers. You know, you don't end up with a nightmare day, and you end up with pretty flowers. It's far better. Speed flower making. It should be a new thing, shouldn't it? We could be doing it in pubs and clubs. Honestly. Right, give these a bit of a whir, and we'll see if I've got enough. I think I've got enough there. I think you only need 3. Right, so what I'm going to do is come back in with my sweet sugar plum. Am I in shot? Yes, I am. And I'm going to start and build this up now, and it's going to be like a little bit of a picture, I guess. So I'm going to just ink these first, just very gently on the edges. In fact, I'll do them all while I'm here. Okay. Just the edges, just to give that tips of the flowers a bit of darkness. But we're leaving the rest white. I've stamped these on Whisper White cardstock using Sweet Sugar Plum. I'm just darkening the edges again with Sweet Sugar Plum. And that's all you need to do. I have used 2 inks. I've used Sweet Sugar Plum and Sahara Sand. I try not to use too many stuff, although I have used Blossom Bunch, Grateful Bunch, Botanical Builders. I'll put all the details on my blog. You may well have most of these in your stash. They are from the annual catalogue for this year. If you don't have them, quickly go and have a look on the retirements list and make sure you get them. I've decided I'm not parting with any of my punches. I'm not selling them, even though they're retired. I'm keeping them, they're mine. I'm not being selfish, it's just that they're mine. And I don't care if they start making £100 on eBay, I'm still not selling them. End of story. Right, I'm using this fern and I'm just cutting the top 3 leaves. I'll use the rest of the ferns for something else, don't worry. I won't waste it. Right, so I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow here. And I'm going to stick that one to that corner. And I'm going to stick, and I'm building up a little picture. You know, cards can be more than just a quick flurry of you know, showing it a little bit of colour and sticking just one stamp on it. You can make them into little mini works of art, and it's fun. Okay, now let me just give that a bit more shape. Don't like flat flowers. I'm going to use glue dots on this, I think, for quickness, so that it dries faster. Glue dot on that. So I want one there to go with those leaves. Got glue dots everywhere. More glue dots. Ugh. I'm not happy with this roll of glue dots. Might have to get another. It's just falling off onto my person. Not happy. That leaf's not stuck. There we go, that's better. Just push that over a bit. Get off, glue dots. Right. So now I need to add my fern from what's going to be my big cluster. So I want it up here, like so. So let me just push it down with my sponge because I don't want to get all sticky. I want another leaf here. So it all starts to come together. I want one there. Try not to have it protruding off the card because it looks really cool, but then you can't fit it in an envelope. I'll put one there. Like so. Just give that glue time to set. And then I'm going to build up my flowers. I'm going to use glue dots, so it'll just be quicker. Okay. So put one on there. Build it up by putting them on at a slant. Oh, well, fingers and thumbs. It's too early. I've got up too early. I need to go back to bed. Oh dear me. Another one. I'm going to need to do another flower. One short. Give that a press. Give that a press. Okay. Attach that now, like so. So I'm having one there. I'm having one here. It's coming together. Can you see it building up now? I'm just going to butt them up against each other. Okay, like so. And I do need a third. I need a third. I'm a flower short. Look at having that. Bit of ink. Nearly done. It's like talking to when you're on a long distance trip and you feel a bit guilty because kids aren't back at car and you know the board and you're going, we're nearly there, we're nearly there. Just be a little bit patient, you know. Oh dear. Put that on there like so. I'm going to do a really quick card for tomorrow. It's going to be like 5 minutes. Honestly, it's going to be like one swish of colour and a stamp. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. No, but these longer cards are worth it, aren't they? Because they do turn out pretty. I'm covered in paint. There we go. And then we're just going to jut that one. Kind of push it in backwards. Up against there. Move it up a little bit so you can still see that doily. And you've got like a little collection of flowers there. And it's like in a bit of a mound. But it looks really pretty. The only thing I'm missing is a little touch of Winker Stella, I think. So you can see there's dimension to that card if I show you, like that. The sentiment's got dimension, the flowers have got dimension, we've got the little butterflies. And it's got a kind of a shabby look. I quite like that. I hope you'll give it a try. You know, you can make a bit more out of your cards than a flash of colour and a stamp. Go and have some fun. Bye for now.